Imagine paying 20 million naira not to buy a house, not to invest in business, but just to expose the truth in a single WhatsApp group chat. That's exactly what VeryDarkMan claims he did, and the internet is still on fire because of it. This is the gist everyone in Nigeria's entertainment industry is talking about, and tonight we're breaking it down for you in full detail. VeryDarkMan, the man whose name alone causes controversy across social media, says he spent over 20 million naira to obtain evidence that could shake the foundation of Nigeria's celebrity world. And what did he get for his money? Screenshots from a WhatsApp group chat allegedly involving top names like Yabo Ogo, Sam Clef, Tonto Dike, Davido's publicist Dre, Jigan, and more. This is the same group that the activist claims was actively plotting to twist the story of Mohbad's death, to push narratives and to shift blame, especially onto Naira Marley, who was already under the public's microscope. According to Very Dark Man, these chats were not just casual conversations. He claims they were deliberate and calculated discussions about how to control the story surrounding Mohbad's death. He insists that the group operated under the guise of being concerned citizens, while allegedly planning smear campaigns against anyone who questioned their actions or refused to follow their narrative. And in these leaked chats, there are messages that point to how certain people may have wanted to ensure that the public's outrage focused entirely on one man, while protecting other players in the saga. Very Dark Man revealed lines from the group that got everyone talking. One of the alleged messages hinted at concerns about his growing influence, how Davido was following him online but couldn't protect him from potential legal trouble. Another one reportedly suggested that he was being funded by people like Kemi and Rino Omokri, an accusation he fiercely denied. He also claims that the group went as far as plotting to discredit him using leaked nudes and online smear campaigns. Now, what makes this story even more shocking is that Sam Clef, one of the names mentioned in the chat, actually admitted that the WhatsApp group exists. He says it wasn't secret at all and he believes Very Dark Man is twisting the narrative for clout. But Nigerians are not convinced because VDM's evidence appears extensive. He even teased that what he's released so far is just the beginning, calling it only part 1 of his explosive revelation, with a promise that part 2 will be even more damaging. The public reaction has been wild. Fans are divided. Some believe Very Dark Man completely, saying he is fighting for truth and justice in a case that has dragged on for nearly 2 years. Others are more cautious, pointing out that without full video or voice evidence, screenshots can be manipulated. But one thing is clear, this story has reopened old wounds in the ongoing Mohbad case. Nigerians have never truly healed from the shock of losing Mohbad in 2023, a young star whose life ended in circumstances that were always clouded by suspicion. It's important to remember that when Mohbad died, social media erupted. There were candlelight processions in Lagos, Abuja, and even London. Hashtags like Number Justice for Mohbad trended for weeks. Celebrities, influencers, and fans cried for accountability. His mother called his death a murder. His father had a different view, saying people should not just blame Naira Marley. The entire nation was divided, and the pain was fresh. This is the environment in which that WhatsApp group allegedly thrived, feeding narratives, fueling certain directions, and trying to control the flow of public anger. Very Dark Man claims the group wasn't just talk. He alleges they tried to silence him multiple times, from online harassment to framing attempts. He also accuses some members of hiring blogs to paint him as an agent of Naira Marley, as a cloud chaser, and even as someone working for the government. He says he was ready to pay the heavy price of 20 million naira because the truth had to come out, and he believes Nigerians deserve to see the people allegedly manipulating them behind the scenes. Now, here's the part that makes this story even juicier. Sam Larry, the man many Nigerians accused of bullying Mohbad before his death, recently resurfaced in public. He was spotted greeting the Lagos governor during the local elections. That simple moment, just a handshake, sparked outrage. People said, "Look at this man walking freely while we still don't have justice for Mohbad." And suddenly this leaked WhatsApp scandal dropped, reminding the country that the case isn't dead and emotions are still raw. If you're wondering where Davido comes into all this, here's the twist. His name has been trending again because his publicist Dre was in the group chat. Very Dark Man claimed that Dre was part of conversations trying to manage narratives, even if Davido himself didn't directly do anything. The singer's team hasn't given a detailed reply yet, but Davido has previously urged fans to avoid spreading old videos that could cause trouble in the Mohbad case. This is more than gossip. It's about power, influence, and who controls the story when a tragedy strikes. Very Dark Man's revelations have sparked a larger conversation about how social media activism and celebrity influence can shape or even distort justice in Nigeria. Some fans now wonder, if there was no 20 million naira leak, would we ever have known about this group or their conversations? The big question now is, what happens next? Very Dark Man promises a second wave of leaks. He says that part 2 will include even more screenshots and possibly voice recordings. If that happens, it could either fully expose the people in the chat or backfire if the evidence is not strong enough. Nigerians are waiting and the tension is high. As this story unfolds, it reminds everyone that in today's Nigeria, scandals don't stay hidden for long. Whether you're a superstar, an activist, or a politician, the truth eventually comes out, especially when someone is ready to pay 20 million naira to bring it to light. Mohbad's name continues to echo in every corner of the country, and his death has become a mirror showing the power struggles, betrayal, and desperation in the entertainment industry. So I ask you watching now, do you believe Very Dark Man's 20 million naira expose is the full truth? Or is this just another twist in a drama that has no end in sight? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this conversation is far from over. And as for part 2, get ready, because if the first leak shook the industry, the next one might just break it completely. And just when everyone thought this saga could not get any messier, the ripple effects of the WhatsApp leak started shaking relationships in the entertainment industry. Behind closed doors, whispers are spreading, friendships are being tested, influencers who were once openly supporting number justice for Mohbad are now quiet, worried that their names might appear in part 2 of Very Dark Man's revelations. Social media, as usual, is the battlefield. On Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, Nigerians are picking sides. Some are calling VDM a hero for spending his own money to expose what he calls the real faces behind the Mohbad tragedy. Others argue that paying 20 million naira for leaked chats could be reckless if the evidence turns out to be doctored. But what makes this even more captivating is that VDM doesn't seem scared at all. He's daring everyone to sue him. He keeps saying, "If you're innocent, meet me in court." That confidence is why so many Nigerians are glued to this gist, waiting for the next bomb to drop. As the drama unfolds, there are deeper questions that keep surfacing. Why did it take almost 2 years for these leaks to come out? Could it be that people in powerful positions were suppressing evidence all this time? And if there's truly a plot to frame someone for Mohbad's death, then who benefits from keeping the truth hidden? Nigerians are beginning to see the entertainment industry as a complex web, where loyalty shifts like quicksand and narratives can be bought and sold. Now let's talk about the effect on Mohbad's legacy. His music is streaming again, climbing charts not just in Nigeria but internationally. Fans who had moved on are reliving the pain, and his songs are becoming the soundtrack of a movement for justice. Candlelight vigils are being planned once more in Lagos and Abuja as a reminder that this story is not over. Some fans even say that the more these secrets come out, the closer we get to giving Mohbad the justice he deserves. Meanwhile, Sam Larry's public appearance with the Lagos governor has not gone unnoticed. Videos of him shaking hands and smiling went viral within hours. Nigerians flooded the comment sections with outrage. They asked, how can someone at the center of this controversy be walking free, mingling with politicians while questions about Mohbad's death remain unanswered? That single handshake reignited the conversation about privilege, influence, and accountability in Nigeria. Back to the WhatsApp group, there's another layer that has many people intrigued. According to VDM, the group didn't just discuss Mohbad, they also strategized on how to handle bloggers and online narratives. He says some celebrities were actively funding campaigns to destroy certain voices on social media, labeling them as enemies or troublemakers. If this is true, it shows a calculated attempt to control not just the story but the people telling it. Nigerians love drama, yes, but this one feels different. It feels like the line between entertainment and crime is disappearing. As we speak, the nation is holding its breath for part 2 of the leak. Will we get videos? Will there be voice notes that leave no room for doubt? Or will this just become another dramatic twist that fades in a few weeks? Nigerians have seen scandals come and go, but the Mohbad case has a way of resurfacing every time the country thinks it's moving on. This time, with money, screenshots, and bold accusations in the mix, the storm feels far from over. So to everyone watching this, remember this. The truth is like water. You can block it for a while, but eventually it finds a way to flow. Whether you stand with Very Dark Man or you doubt him, this 20 million naira bombshell has already changed the conversation in the entertainment industry. It's a wake-up call that secrets don't stay buried forever. And with the next leak on the horizon, the whole of Nigeria is waiting to see who will be exposed next and how deep this rabbit hole really goes. And just when Nigerians thought they had heard it all, another wave of speculation began. People started asking who leaked the WhatsApp group to VeryDarkMan in the first place. For a group involving powerful celebrities, bloggers, and influencers, getting access to those chats could not have been easy. VDM has not revealed his source yet, but the fact that he spent 20 million naira hints that the information may have come from someone very close to the circle, a trusted insider willing to betray the group for the right price. That mystery has become another topic of conversation online. Some fans believe that one of the celebrities in the group might have secretly flipped, either out of guilt or for financial gain. Others suggest it could have been a hacker or someone connected to the blogs that were supposedly hired to run smear campaigns. This has created a chilling effect within the entertainment world. Suddenly, everyone is suspicious of each other, wondering who they can really trust. Meanwhile, the drama is feeding the global attention around Mohbad's death once again. International media that once covered the initial protests are starting to pick up the story of the 20 million naira leak. For them, it's a perfect storm. A young artist's death, unanswered questions, celebrity conspiracies, and a fearless activist putting his life and money on the line. Nigerians living abroad are reigniting the conversation, demanding justice and transparency. What makes this story resonate so much is that it touches on the human fear of betrayal. Imagine being in a group chat with people you consider allies, only for the entire conversation to become public for millions to see. Careers can end overnight, reputations can shatter in a heartbeat, and that is why the anticipation for part 2 is unlike anything we've seen in recent Naija celebrity history. People are waiting, refreshing social media, ready for the next bombshell. And here's another twist: lawyers are now involved. Sources close to the entertainment industry suggest that some of the alleged group members are quietly preparing legal strategies. If they take VDM to court, it could open a new chapter because the court would demand all evidence to be submitted, and the public might finally get to see everything in full. On the other hand, a legal battle could also expose the plaintiffs if the evidence against them is stronger than they expect. It's a high-risk game, and Nigerians are watching closely. The weight of this saga also falls on Davido indirectly. Even though he hasn't been accused of any personal wrongdoing, the mention of his publicist Dre in the charts brings unwanted attention. Davido has one of the biggest global reputations in Afrobeat, and scandals of this scale can have ripples that reach far beyond Nigeria. His fans are defending him, saying he should not be dragged into what is essentially the actions of others. But in entertainment, perception is powerful, and any link to controversy can stick for a long time. Now, as this story continues to unfold, people are starting to reflect on Mohbad himself, his struggles, his rise, and the tragedy of his end. Every time a new piece of the puzzle comes out, fans remember the young man who once sang about pain, betrayal, and survival. They remember his videos, his laughter, his energy on stage, and how quickly it was all cut short. And in a way, this 20 million naira revelation has kept his memory alive, forcing Nigeria to confront not just what happened to him, but the culture of power and manipulation in the music industry. Very Dark Man knows this, and he is leveraging it perfectly. He is speaking directly to the pain of Nigerians, mixing his fight for justice with an unfiltered rawness that makes people listen. Whether you love him or hate him, you cannot ignore him, and that is why his voice continues to dominate the conversation. But the clock is ticking. Everyone is waiting for part 2. Will it have videos? Will it expose new names? Or will it bring undeniable proof that ends this debate once and for all? One thing is certain: this story is not ending anytime soon. And the more it lingers, the more the entire entertainment industry is on edge, because nobody knows how deep the rabbit hole goes. So, I leave you with this final thought. 20 million naira may seem like a lot to pay for screenshots, but if those screenshots can shake the nation, rewrite narratives, and push for justice, maybe it's a price some are willing to pay. Mohbad's name is still in our mouths, and until the truth is fully known, Nigeria will not stop talking. This is more than gist. It's history unfolding before our eyes. Stay tuned, because when part 2 drops, it might just be the moment that changes everything. And as the tension builds, whispers of betrayal and loyalty are spreading like wildfire across the industry. Every day, Nigerians wake up and check their phones, wondering if part 2 has landed. For some, this is not just entertainment news, it is a mirror reflecting the dark side of fame, influence, and the desperate attempts to control public perception. Behind the scenes, alliances are shifting. Some of the celebrities mentioned are reportedly reaching out to one another, trying to form a united front. But trust is already broken. Who can they rely on when the walls are closing in? If a simple WhatsApp group could cost someone 20 million naira to expose, then the stakes have become deadly serious. VDM has made it clear he's not backing down and he has more where that came from. On social media, the fans have become investigators. They are dissecting every screenshot, every emoji, every timestamp, trying to piece together the truth. Some believe that the messages show a clear attempt to manipulate the narrative, while others say it's just gossip being overblown. But the thing about Nigerian social media is that perception quickly becomes reality, and once the court of public opinion passes judgment, reputations may never recover. Meanwhile, the shadow of Mohbad looms over everything. His voice, his songs, his pain, they have all become symbols of a larger fight. Every time someone shares this gist, they are reminded that a young life was lost, and justice is still hanging in the balance. Even the leaked chats, as scandalous as they are, point back to the same haunting question. Why did Mohbad have to die the way he did, and who is truly responsible? As this story inches toward its climax, Nigerians are bracing for the next wave. Part 2, if it delivers what VDM promises, could spark an even bigger storm than the first leak. We might see more names exposed, more secrets unraveling, and maybe just maybe the beginning of real accountability. Or it could ignite a chain of lawsuits and counterclaims that drag this saga into a new battlefield, one where the truth is tested in the courts. And that's the thing about scandals like this. The truth has a way of outlasting lies, but the journey to it is messy, dramatic, and often dangerous. VDM has put himself in the line of fire, spending his own fortune, risking his own freedom, and standing against some of the most influential names in entertainment. Whether he's a hero or a troublemaker depends on which side of the fence you stand. But no one can deny he has forced the country to pay attention. Now the ball is in the court of those he has accused. Will they come out swinging with lawsuits? Will they release their own evidence to clear their names? Or will silence continue to make the public believe there's more to hide? Every day that passes without a clear response makes the public more curious and more suspicious. So, to everyone watching, let this sink in. 20 million naira has already rewritten the story. It has shaken friendships, sparked investigations, revived old wounds, and reminded us that Mohbad's case is far from closed. And yet, the biggest revelations might still be ahead. The next leak could change everything. The only question is, are we ready for what comes next? If you've stayed with me this long, then you know this story is bigger than gossip. It's about truth, power, and justice. And as Nigerians, we must keep asking the hard questions, because only then can we finally give Mohbad the peace he deserves. So keep your eyes on the news, because when part 2 drops, you can be sure the whole country will be watching.